Ooh, yeah.
Get it.
Are you going to lay down some freestyles?
Yeah. 1, 2, check it. I'm done.
Oh, terrible.
That was straight fire, y'all.
No.
Man, it was better than some of these rappers out now.
Yeah, well.
Shoot, sign me up.
I was waiting for that.
Interscope.
I was waiting for that diss track.
Oh, man. Okay, here you go. 1, 2, 3, 4. You suck, Brad.
Oh, my God.
Man. Bam. Bam, y'all. Y'all don't even know. I spit hot fire.
No. It's hot, but it ain't fire.
Yeah, it's very hot. And it is fire.
It's hot poop. I'm Brad Reed, or as Jeremy wants me to say, Brad Smash. I'll do it. Yeah, I'm like that. You just tell me what to say, I just say it. That's been my life for the last 10 years.
I'm an idiot.
You're an idiot.
Oh, dang, you got me.
Cameo.
Yeah.
And, of course, Buck Berlin. New World Comics is his place that we're at. And we appreciate you letting us come out here.
Yeah, man, my pleasure.
Yeah, and joining us for the show. So, sure that there's some things that we're going to talk to about that you'll have a lot to contribute. And then maybe when we get to Pusha T and Drake,
I have so many questions. Like, who's Pusha T? What?
No,
Pusha T.
Oh, Pusha?
Pusha. Yeah.
Pardon me.
Pusha T, that's a new kind of drink
Oh,
that people drink.
yeah, that sounds delicious.
Energy and tea and
Or horrific.
yeah.
Get out.
Yeah.
It's the off-brand of iced tea.
There's been a lot of rappers out there. I've been like, what's a Pusha T?
Who's pushing T-shirts? What is this?
Everybody needs to be pushing them T-shirts. Thank you for tuning in. It's the Nerds to Men podcast. We do this weekly, talking about movies, TV shows, music, all of that. Mm-hmm. So let's get into it. We've got your nerd update this week and a couple of things that have happened. I was excited. Buck even said he called this right before this news came out, but they've announced that we're going to get a new Spawn movie, and Jamie Foxx is going to star as Spawn.
Yeah, how you feel about that?
I'm okay with it. I mean, we were sitting around thinking, like, who are they going to get? Like, you know, who's a name enough that could sell the movie, but, like, still obtainable kind of thing. Mm-hmm. And I was saying, man, Jamie Foxx really wants to be in a superhero movie so badly that he was like, Spider-Man 2, Electro? Yeah, I know how that goes. I'm still in.
Yeah.
So Spawn, no matter what quality this ends up being, you know, because Jamie Foxx will like, you know, slow it or he'll like give his best performance. You know? Because you know, you'll see him in some stuff and it's, you know, just okay, and then like in Baby Driver, he was like, oh my god, that guy's nightmare.
Yeah, was that Oh, not Baby Driver. What was the movie with Tom Cruise that they did? Where he's driving Tom Cruise, right? And then Tom Cruise kind of takes him hostage.
Yeah.
And then in return, Jamie Foxx takes his wife. Not in the movie, but in real life.
I was like, wait a minute. That happened.
Because who's he married to?
Who?
Jamie Foxx.
He's not married to anybody.
Oh, well, who's his girlfriend?
Katie Holmes.
And she was married to Tom Cruise.
Right.
So, yeah, that's how they get down. Freaky. Freaky style. Don't trust your girls around Jamie Foxx. That's the thing to know.
Dude can sing, so, yeah, you better not.
That's the thing. That's what I was going to say. You know, we kind of talked a couple weeks ago about Donald Glover, Childish Gambino, Lando Calrissian, and about how multi-talented he is. Jamie Foxx. You know, back in the day with In Living Color,
oh man,
he was hilarious. But I would have never really pictured him doing the music, doing you know, the serious roles. But he's good at everything.
Yeah, stand-up comedy.
To me,
yeah, all that stuff.
So, my next question is, how big a fan of Spawn are you guys?
I used to be huge, and then it just went on and on and on. And I was just done. And then it's one of those where the fans almost killed it for me for a while.
Right.
Oh, okay.
You know, just because like the people that just couldn't let it go and it was not good.
Yeah.
Just, you know.
Mm-hmm.
The movies and the TV show, were you fans of those at all?
The movie, when it came out, I was so excited about it. It didn't matter what I saw. I was like, oh, man, that thing was amazing. And then when I went back and watched it a little bit, you know, further from... Yeah, it wasn't good.
Who was the star of Spawn in that one?
Michael Jai White.
And see, I didn't put two and two together, but when I saw the picture of him the other day, I was like, that's the guy that the Joker, like, Like, you want to see how to make this pencil disappear?
Yeah. But it wasn't him though. He didn't die.
Oh, it
It
wasn't.
was one of his men.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. But he was in the room.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so I was like, oh, okay, yeah, for sure. And who, like the movie John Leguizamo, he was in it,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, he was
He was the violator. Yeah, he was the clown.
I never was a huge fan of either of those. I started watching the HBO cartoon last night, again, just to watch it, and I dig it. I just, back when that first came out, I didn't have HBO or anything, so I wasn't too into it.
It's kind of the best retelling of the comics because when the comics came out, they didn't really have an idea of what was supposed to go on. Because it was all these artists at Image that were like, hey, I have this idea, but they didn't really get a writer. So then Todd McFarlane had the idea, like, well, I'll get my friends that are writers to write each issue until I come up with an idea.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And then eventually it was that's the way to go with this. Yeah, that's the story.
Right. Cameo, do you consider him like one of the first black superheroes or, the first popular ones? Or how big of an impact has he had?
I don't know why you're asking me this, but no, I'm joking. I wasn't really into Spawn, so I can't really tell you, if he was, the man.
Yeah.
But I will say that I don't really see that much of a big, impact on the African American community.
Not like as much as, say, Black Panther
or
recently.
Luke Cage or anything like
Right.
that. Yeah, no, I don't see anything like that.
What do you think, Buck?
When it came out, it was here's a really big, awesome superhero who is also black, but it doesn't really count because he doesn't have skin anymore.
Right, yeah.
It's so
That's kind of what I didn't even realize that he was black for a long time.
yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, I don't know.
I
There might
think
be other people who
I think
didn't.
it's safe to say that he used to be because
Yeah.
I mean, once you don't have skin, I don't think.
Right. Okay, so I don't know exactly when this movie is supposed to be out. I haven't heard anything on that. Have you heard
No, I
anything?
haven't heard
No.
anything.
But like I say, Jamie Foxx, you can sell me on him doing anything really at this point.
Yeah.
With him involved, like this is either going to fast track it or he's going to drop out in 6 months.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
That's typically how these things go.
Yeah. Okay, we got a little bit of information about the Wonder Woman 2, kind of. I was looking this up. Patty Jenkins and Jeff Johns posted an image. And if you're watching, you'll see there's a fan-made poster that I have up there that somebody had made. But because they haven't made a whole lot of announcements. They're filming in Washington, D.C. this week, I believe, or have recently. But the idea is that it's set in 1984 or around there now because the picture that Patty Jenkins and Jeff Johns put up was a WW84, and that's what they put up on their Twitter header. So it's leading everybody to speculate that that's where this one will take place. And to me, I mean, it's whatever, but the idea that it's set in the 80s doesn't necessarily kind of do anything for me.
Mm-hmm.
What do you guys think?
I don't think that we need another retro
Period piece?
Yeah, because we're gonna get that with Captain Marvel,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just like why, why?
See, it intrigues me with if they're jumping to the 80s. So the third one, which they're certainly going to do,
Sure.
they could go, and here's her in the 60s to do what led up to the 80s thing, or they could just do here's in the 90s, or here's after Justice League, or here's So it's showing that they can jump around,
Right.
I
did see that Kristen Wiig is going to be Cheetah.
Yeah,
I like
Does that
that.
surprise you at all?
It took me a while to jump on board with that.
Yeah.
But I like that. I like that.
I've seen her do different stuff, so I'm interested to see that. But again, that one was also, I don't know how to feel about that at all. I like Kristen Wiig, but I don't know. Could you see her as Cheetah?
Oh, definitely.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, she's another one of the actors that anything that she does, it's I didn't think you could do that. Oh,
Yeah.
okay, well, you do this.
Yeah. We didn't see her as Cheetah before yet, right?
Right.
I've thought that we haven't, but
No.
this is just for this movie. Okay. But yeah, so, it kind of reminds me of that movie that just came out that was set in the 80s called Atomic Blonde. And the director of that, was directing. What was the movie we just talked about? That Atomic Blonde. There was another one. Oh, Deadpool 2 is the same director.
Oh, okay.
And so Atomic Blonde with Charlize Theron. She's kind of like a 007 type agent in the 80s. And so I would kind of think that there's probably it'll have the same feel. I mean, different director with Patty Jenkins and stuff, but being that it's in the 80s and the music and all that.
Yeah.
So maybe watch Atomic Blonde, picture that as Wonder Woman. That might be what we're getting. Although in Atomic Blonde, she gets nasty.
Why you gotta go straight perv, man?
She does. I'm just telling you. She nasty. And I don't think we'll see that with Gal Gadot.
No.
Not in this movie.
No,
anyway.
not a Wonder Woman.
Yeah. All right. Luke Cage. This is exciting. This is the last little bit that we have for the nerd update. But I've been sitting here wondering, when are we going to get an episode 2 or a season 2?
Yeah.
Which, by the way, this is season 2. We didn't even mention this.
Yeah.
This is season 2 of Nerds
Wow.
to Men. The
Segue
first
right there.
episode. Yeah. But Luke Cage is coming back. I did see Iron Fist is going to play heavily into season 2, they were saying. And and even, I think his quote was, he said, I'm excited that Iron Fist, I know people didn't like what happened in the season 1 of Iron Fist, but he was really excited about the way that they're going to incorporate him into this story for season 2.
Yeah, and I will say this: Finn Jones did do better in his choreography towards the end of the season.
Yeah.
And he did a lot better in the Defenders. So
I mean, you heard what happened with that, right?
with his training,
Yeah, where it was hey, your cast is Iron Fist, just go.
Yeah.
And they were teaching him
on the fly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like right before they shut the scene, they were like,
okay.
"Hey, hit that guy, spin, kick that guy, do that."
Yeah.
I was like, "All right."
yeah.
It's like when Cameo shows up with no prep.
Wow.
Yeah.
Because I got it right here, son.
Yeah.
Right here, son.
Right here, son. Yeah, but obviously he'll have even more time now.
Yeah.
To
Yeah.
learn how to do some of those moves and tricks.
I think a lot of why people didn't like Iron Fist is because it was you're making all the wrong decisions and doing all this dumb stuff. But that's kind of what Danny Rand does.
Right.
He doesn't think before. It's there are bad guys in a warehouse. Let's go check all the warehouses right now.
Yeah.
Not that, do your homework.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which that comes down to the writing and the director of how do you present that into a way
Well,
that
he's the immortal Iron Fist, man.
it's of course I'm just going to barge in there and
Yeah.
So Luke Cage comes out June 22nd.
Yep.
Is that right? So it's on us real quick. The last couple months have been great as a nerd because we've got all these movies, the TV shows. Ant-Man and Wasp comes out in July. So we still have plenty to talk about.
Yeah, and today it seems like Thor Ragnarok is out on Netflix right now.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow.
That one is still way up high on my list
Yeah.
of all the Marvel movies.
Yeah, Since 8 comes out on June 8th, so
on
this
Netflix?
Friday.
Yeah.
Also,
I thought that it got canceled. Did they?
it did. This is their last season
okay.
because it's actually titled Since 8, the series finale.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And then we even found out, because this is the time of year where I feel like it gets hot and sweaty, and I know Orange is the New Black is on the way.
Yeah, yeah.
I always just know, I'm just sweating for no reason. Orange and the New Black is coming.
Right?
So, but we were talking about it. We didn't know, but they did release. It's going to be a little later, though, July 27th. It'll be out on Netflix. So they've renewed it for this season and one more. And so we at least get those. It could be more. But if you're an Orange is the New Black fan, like me and Cameo have talked about that show a lot. We love it. What about, do you watch a lot of the Netflix?
I try to, but I just get so busy with other stuff. That,
Yeah.
there's
go ahead.
there's almost too much nerd stuff. That, I haven't watched Legion or Gifted or I started Legion and I was like, okay, cool, I'm going to watch the rest of this. Then I didn't have time.
I haven't seen any of Legion for this season. My friends have been watching it. Said it's been really good.
It's been really good. You have to. It's kind of like Westworld, where you have to sit there and pay attention to every single detail.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, you're just like, oh man, like you go to the blink, and you're just like, oh crap,
Oh.
like what did I miss?
Yeah, I love shows like that.
Yeah.
So
And y'all just reminded me too of something I meant to put in our nerd update and didn't. I saw that Noah Hawley, who is the director, creator of Legion and also Fargo, he's going to be directing Doctor Doom, the movie.
Oh, wow.
They're going forward with that?
Yeah. What do you think about that?
Man.
You
Okay,
seem
so
apprehensive.
Fantastic Four is like my favorite thing ever. So hearing them try to go forward with that, with the Fox Disney thing going, it's this is either going to be a rushed thing or this is,
Yeah.
Right.
Which, I mean, if you're going to throw anyone at it, he seems like the right person to throw at it.
Yeah, I love him. I mean,
But
I love him. Yeah. The thing that struck me about that is I was we're getting, and this is kind of separate, but in the Marvel universe, we're getting a Venom movie, a Doctor Doom, because that's been my thing is I love villains, and I felt like, until recently anyway, with Thanos and
Killmonger?
Yeah, Killmonger. They've got better with the villains in the Marvel universe, but so I was thinking that'd be cool to me to have a Doctor Doom movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens, though.
Yeah, but like I say, again, with Noah Hawley being the guy behind it, I'm down with that.
Yeah.
So, all right, that is it for our nerd update. We're going to take a quick break, tell you about our friends at Cadell & Company and how you can save 10% when we get back. You don't have to just dream about the home improvement projects you see on TV. You can let Cadell & Company make your dreams a reality in your home. Cadell & Company has a no-pressure showroom in Norman, Oklahoma, with hand-picked materials such as wood floor, tile, carpet, cabinets, and countertops. Call Cadell & Company at 405-928-5026 or visit their Facebook page for pictures from their projects and directions to their showroom. Don't just dream about your home improvement. Let Cadell & Company make it a reality. All right, we are back. Like I say, our friends at Cadell & Company, they've got the showroom out in Norman. They have all the materials for your home improvement projects. And if you mention Nerds to Men, they'll give you 10% off. So that's pretty dope
that's pretty cool.
there.
That's pretty cool.
All right, we did talk about Solo, a Star Wars story, after it came out. But as we do, we don't want to spoil it first week.
Right.
Because
But Han Solo died.
Yeah, he did die. We all die, though. So, but generally our thing is this. We go see things on the Thursday that it gets released, so we can talk about it. But we know everybody doesn't do that. So, but everybody here has seen it.
Yeah.
I don't know if my man Forrest has seen it yet. No, he hasn't seen it. So he won't be chiming in on this one. But we decided we're going to go ahead and talk about it with spoilers. So, if you haven't seen it yet, maybe if you're working around the shop here and you're holding your head down because you're sad that you haven't seen it yet, this might be a time to go take a lunch break or something, or come back to our podcast if you're watching or listening later. But we are going to talk with some spoilers about some of the stuff that excited us. Before we get to that, though, I will say I think all of us maybe had the same reaction, which was it's not been touted as a great movie amongst the critics, but everybody I've seen has enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought it was I've seen it twice now, and I would say it's definitely an A- movie. Might not be the greatest, but I liked it. Where would you guys rank it amongst the Star Wars movies? Maybe let's say, the recent ones.
That's kind of hard. I don't know. Better than Rogue One.
Really?
I'd say that I liked it better than The Last Jedi.
Okay, yeah, I would almost say I did like it better than The Last Jedi, even though I didn't hate The Last Jedi. But I don't know if I liked it better than Rogue One because of the Star Wars. The the Darth Vader. That was the best part of that movie to me. But okay, I think we got it. We're clear now. I'll kind of talk quietly.
I don't know if he's. I don't know what he's just dipped around. Okay, there he goes.
He's taking his
leaving.
rounds.
He gone. He gone.
Yeah.
That's what happens when you do this live.
Yeah. But I would like them to take the confidence and do a Star Wars prequel, sequel, whatever, and not have a lightsaber in it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I think that'd be really cool. Like, I don't think that you needed Darth Maul to, like, grab the lightsaber.
Yeah. In that scene, it seemed weird because, and so spoilers.
Oh,
we're to the there's graphics up and everything, warning everybody. But yeah, spoilers. Darth Maul was in this movie, which I loved because
Oh man, that was so amazing. I was not ready for that.
me either. And so episodes 1, 2, and 3 of the Star Wars, there was things I liked, but I didn't love those movies at all. But Darth Maul was always my favorite thing about all that. And so to see him come back after seeing him, in Clone Wars and Rebels and stuff, but actually back on the screen. Was that Ray Park?
Yeah.
Okay. That leads me to think that there will be an inclusion of him in some of the movies coming out. We mentioned Boba Fett's going to be a movie.
Yeah.
That the Logan guy is making, James Mangold, which I'm so excited about that. But I would think that Darth Maul could play into that.
Yeah.
But that was pretty cool. But when he
when
the
when,
red
yeah.
thing, he's being piped in. So why even?
Yeah, like when someone calls me, I'm not like, hold on, let me get a comic book.
Yeah.
Because it's
Yeah.
Buck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They might not know who I am without my red.
Yeah.
But who knows? Maybe that was for people who were young back then and didn't. And so, he's.
Yeah, and it definitely was. But
It seemed out of place.
yeah, it
Be like, you're not gonna if Cameo, like he often does, threatens me with physical violence. But if he's doing it over the phone,
I don't threaten you. I make it happen.
he does. I'm beat. But over the phone, I'd be like, "Get out of here with that!"
Yeah.
Click.
right.
So yeah, I did see that. When I saw it though, I was like, "Does he have the spider legs or just the robot legs?"
Yeah.
So
I was trying to look for that too. I was like,
yeah. When I saw it the second time, it was hey, look at those robot legs. So they're like, no, look at his legs. Here's the full shot.
Yeah.
Because like most. Star Wars holograms, so it's like from the waist up, but this
Right.
one they're like, no, here's all of him.
yeah. His
Yeah.
full body.
Well, I don't really read all the Star Wars books and everything.
Yeah.
I would like to though. I mean, there's some that I would really like to read actually, but I didn't do that growing up. I just loved the movies and everything, and the toys and all that.
Yeah.
But like I say, I didn't even realize for the longest time that Darth Maul had lived. After he got cut in half.
Yeah. According to Disney, whenever they did the takeover and bought Star Wars, they were like, hey, all that other stuff that came out before, not canon. Only the movies and TV shows and things that we've produced like this are canon. But like the Star Wars comics that they're putting out right now and the cartoons they're saying are canon.
Oh, okay.
Sweet,
Yeah.
sweet.
That was something I was wondering the other day about, like, what is canon now and what isn't. So that's good to know.
Yeah, pretty much anything that you can buy on DVD right now, or like anything that is currently produced by them, like the comics, that's all.
Gotcha.
And there are a few novels apparently too that are like that have come out since then and that are canon. So
Okay.
So Darth Maul, obviously one of the most exciting, and even what was he on screen for? A minute?
if even yeah.
But again, that was so exciting for me. Chewbacca. I really enjoyed seeing Chewbacca. Does he eat people? Is that?
I guess Ewoks do. So I mean,
Do they? I did
Dude.
not know that.
well,
I didn't know that
okay.
either.
So think of it this way: what were they going to do when they cut?
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
Oh,
And then-
yeah. I
and
forgot they had him tied up. I forgot all about that.
Yeah.
and then afterwards they were like, "Hey, let's have a big party." And then you see a bunch of empty stormtrooper armor. What do you think they're doing?
I'm not eating with the Ewoks.
Yeah, well, that's why like anyone's just like, "Oh, Ewoks are pushover." They eat people.
Yeah.
Ewoks are terrifying.
Yeah. I love them. They're badass now.
That's the original terminus.
So I mean, I don't know if Chewbacca eats people necessarily, but they did say he hadn't eaten in a few days, and they were feeding Han Solo to Chewbacca.
I mean, I think when he has to,
He might.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. But we can probably rest easy knowing that he doesn't just eat people for, no reason.
And with Star Wars, since there's so many different species, whatever, like, who's to say which one's a cow and which one's a people?
Right.
So one thing that I really enjoyed was
Khaleesi?
Chewbacca. Yeah.
Oh, sorry,
well,
what?
Yeah. Before we get to that, Chewbacca ripping people's arms off.
Yeah.
And am I wrong? Wasn't there a reference to that in the movies where Han Solo said something about, was it while they were playing the game?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, like have you ever seen him, or he'll rip your arms off, something to that effect.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, seeing him do it was pretty funny. It wasn't as gruesome as, but it was still funny.
Yeah. I like when they were playing the game. Because it was because didn't they do that in like one of the original movies where they were playing a game and he got mad and tried to like knock stuff off? And Woody Harrelson was like, "It's a hologram. It's not going to fall off. Like, what are you doing?"
Yeah. So I enjoyed seeing this version of Chewbacca in this movie. Thought that was pretty cool. Anything else that you learned about any of the characters that you didn't know from this movie, or I mean, previous?
I mean, there was how he got his name. Which,
that was pretty cool.
Yeah, there are people like, oh, that's the dumbest thing. I was like, that's the most Star Wars moment of the movie. Like,
yeah.
Look at this tongue in cheek, like,
this
goofy way.
It kind of made sense, and how it happened, and like this whole time we've been thinking, oh, Han Solo, that's such a great name, and it was just randomly given to him because he was by himself.
Yeah.
So that I could see how that could be cheesy in one way, but to me, I enjoyed that part of it.
Yeah, and I mean, it's not a movie without flaw. Like, I kind of wish that he wasn't the reason that the Empire got, or that the Rebels got, funding. It would have been better. It had, like that been taken from him, and he had to just like suck it up and because he's not a good guy. Like that's the whole thing with the first, with A New Hope is that, oh look. This rough guy is like, oh no, he's good guy, turns out.
Yeah.
It shouldn't just be look how great he is from the get go.
Right.
So I guess he's just one of the jerks that's like, I'm a bad guy. Oh no, I'm getting ready to be good. Let me.
Yeah.
Well, and there was some moments too where they had like a scene of him when he had just escaped. And he had he was covered, he was wrapped in something, and he looked like a little kid in that scene. Like just his face was so young, and and so I thought I really did pick up that this is him before he got kind of as jaded as we saw. And
I tried to think of that too, but I mean, still, like, he's supposed to be like, no, I grew up on a really terrible place,
right? Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Like I know a lot of people that grew up in a terrible place. They aren't just like all of a sudden, oh no, I'm good.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
I mean, look at Brad.
Oh.
I did. I grew up, it was rough. And I've had to fight every day since then.
Yeah.
And take beatings from Cam.
That's right. I don't know why I'm so on you today. I don't know why.
Oh, it's nothing new.
I'm showing out in front of people. It's okay.
He's got
that's what my mom would say. You just showing out in front of people.
Yep.
So what? Let me live.
Let's see. Chewbacca, Darth Maul. What else? Like I say, I always trusted that it would be a good movie because it was Ron Howard at the helm. I would like to see more movies by him.
It was an OP movie, so.
Yeah. Because the last couple movies, I'm not even sure if I could name the director just yet, but like I say, having Ron Howard at the helm, I think was a good decision and made it a pretty good movie.
Yeah. I think it would be even better if, what's his name? Michael Bay.
Oh.
I'm joking. I'm totally joking.
Good.
I'm totally joking.
I wasn't really. I was about to be like, well.
The movie needed some more lens flare.
That was a great show. Good night. Oh, God, no.
Star Trek.
I hate that. But let's see. There was one other thing I wanted to bring up, and now I'm blanking, but the robot that Calrissian had.
Oh, the sassy robot?
Yeah.
It was like L3 or something?
Yeah, L3, that's right. And that scene where she's talking about how she thinks that Lando wants to get with her.
You're right.
And she's like, would that work? And she goes, it works. So we found out that Chewbacca eats people and sex with robots in Star Wars. It happens.
Yeah, I guess so.
I mean, again, it's Star Wars, so who's to say that, between species, whatever, I'm sure it gets weird.
Yeah.
It's got to. Like, it's just don't think about it, guys.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
But you did mention from Game of Thrones.
Khaleesi.
Yep. Yeah, she was in it. She was also a young, in Terminator Genesis. She played the young, not Linda Hamilton, but what's her character's name? Sarah Connor.
Sarah, yeah.
There we go. I worked it out. But she's pretty good in the movie. she turns out to be, we still really don't know if she's bad or good. She could be doing stuff bad in order to make something good happen.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you got to look at like how their upbringing was,
Right?
Because I mean, I don't even think Han Solo was a straight and narrow dude at the at the time of his death in the was it Last Jedi?
Right.
Or no, not Last Jedi.
Or
The Force Awakens.
Awakens.
Yeah. So it's spoiler alert. But yeah, so who's to say that what they have embedded in their lives, that they're still okay. I'm going to do this, but it's going to benefit me in some form or fashion.
Right.
So,
all right, now it's time for the biggest spoiler of Star Wars. No, I'm kidding. One of the employees had just come back. So now that's actually I think that's a wrap on the Solo. I still say that this is a really good movie. I don't care what the critics said about it. I enjoyed it. I saw it 2 times. I'll probably see it 2 more. Okay, it's time for one of my favorite segments that we do. It's time for Camz Jamz, Mr. TMZ.
That's
right
here. With the Z.
Yes. We call him Mr. TMZ because when was the last time? I mean, you go on there every couple weeks, maybe. I'm surprised they didn't call you about this mess right
here. I know, right? It's been a while.
It's been a while.
But I think the last time I was on was in March.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, you might be losing your Mr. TMZ name then.
I might be. Kind of upset about that.
Well, I'm glad we have you here because last week, oh man, you tell it.
Okay, so Pusha T. Some of you.
What's a Pusha T?
Yeah.
No.
Well, his real name is Terrence.
Oh, okay.
So Pusha Terrence.
Yes.
Gotcha.
But he was in a group called The Clips with his brother.
Oh, yeah.
And,
I remember The Clips.
Yeah. So Pusha T, like I told you like a long time ago, that Pusha's working with Kanye West. So it was like Kid Cudi, Teyana Taylor, I forgot who else. But so they're all releasing their albums back to back to back. And Pusha T had some words for Drake because Drake basically called him out saying that he's fake, like he's never pushed drugs in his life. But that's what all Pusha T really raps about is him.
So the Pusha man.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, like I forgot what the name of the song was, but he starts out, "I'm yo Pusha." So yeah. So anyways, and he was on the Breakfast Club.
Could we get some? Could we do like? Could you put that thing on his voice when he sings to actually make that sound good for us in post? Sing it just one more time.
I'm yo Pusha.
Yeah, that's bad.
No? Okay.
No. I can do it.
All right.
We can do that.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Auto-tune next.
Auto-tune.
But yeah, so Drake was basically calling Pusha T out, and Pusha T released a song called Infrared on his album. And then Drake, had a rebuttal. I think it's called Duppy Freestyle.
Right, yeah.
Which was weak. I'm not going to lie, it was weak. Well, then shortly after, Pusha T used the song Jay-Z that came 444. I forgot the name of the song, but he used that track and rapped over it. And the song was called "The Story of a Deedon."
And he went hard on Drake.
Man, he
really
went
did.
hard on his mama,
Yeah.
his daddy,
His
baby mama, and his baby.
that apparently Drake doesn't claim.
Yeah. But
and the fact that he was in some kind of he made some movie like back a long time ago because he was an actor first, right?
Well, it was a Degrassi.
Yeah.
He was on
the
Degrassi.
TV show, but didn't he do some kind of movie / art project where he had the blackface on?
Yeah.
And they were making a big deal of that. And
and that was Pusha T's cover art. Oh, and that song, Christine helped me out with it. It was Grinding.
Oh, okay.
And but anyways, yeah. So Pusha T went in on him. Basically, the worst part is that he was talking about Pusha T was talking about being engaged, and he was saying that's something that your mom never even knew about. He was calling him a deadbeat dad.
Yeah.
Didn't know what a father was like because his father left him at 5.
Yeah,
just going in
it
on
got
him.
super personal.
Yeah.
But so why is he so mad at Drake?
Well, because, in the rap world, if you talk that mess,
yeah.
you're going to get talked right back.
Right.
And some people just don't know when to keep their mouth shut.
Well, I mean, is this because Drake and Kanye,
No, because Drake and Kanye had, a good relationship.
Yeah, I thought so.
So it hadn't anything to do with that. It was just
selling records.
This is Terrence.
Terrence, yes.
Yeah.
Pusha Terrence.
Terrence and Aubrey, which is...
It's just him trying to get famous then.
No. Pusha's been around. Pusha's been around.
Okay.
But it's just the whole fact that...
Shows what I know.
Yeah. But...
It's okay.
But, yeah, I mean... Could this be to sell all their records? Sure.
I mean...
possibly. I mean, why not? I mean, this could be a good...
But then again, I'd be mad if I was Drake. But here's what makes me think maybe it is really personal because... Yes, you look at Biggie and Tupac, and a lot of people thought that all that was really just to sell records, stuff like that.
No, that was real. That was real.
I don't know.
Maybe
Drake found another dealer and Pusha's mad.
Maybe.
Exactly.
Hey, that could be it.
Yeah.
That could be
I
it.
like it. So Drake, who's the guy that is his mentor?
Jay Prince.
Jay Prince.
Yeah.
He comes out and says, listen, Drake, you're no longer allowed to respond because basically you're getting your ass handed to you.
Yeah.
So to me, that makes it sound like even less that it's a conspiracy to sell records as much as he's afraid that Drake might get so embarrassed people won't buy his record.
Well, and also he was going to release a track, but he said supposedly it was going to be too harsh right back, but it was going to be about Kanye and Pusha.
Ooh. Yeah, Kanye's kind of an easy target right now.
Right. It's just don't even say anything because, I mean, it's not even worth it. But, even Ice Cube, one of the best diss tracks.
No Vaseline?
Yes. Oh, my God. It's one of the best diss tracks out there.
Yeah.
But he said that Pusha went too far.
Really?
Yeah.
So who do you think won?
Pusha.
Yeah.
Because he went too far.
Yeah. Yeah, Drake got embarrassed. Well, here's the thing to me, though. To me, I don't think Drake comes off as hard.
Mm-hmm.
He was on Degrassi High.
I mean, we all know where you came from.
Yeah.
No one's oh,
Canada.
Man. Yeah.
Right.
Watch out for Drake.
Yeah. But, he's doing this with Pusha T. He gets into it with Perkins, who plays for Cleveland now. He used to play for the Thunder in Boston. But he gets into it with him, on the sideline. And I'm like, Drake, you can get your ass kicked.
Right. And Ice Cube went on to say that, he had a good run, and he says you only got a 3-year run in the rap game, baby. And at the top, you only got 3 years at the tip top of the rap game, and then you got to find your place in this thing.
So make cheesy family movies,
right?
Like Ice Cube does.
Are we there yet?
Yeah, man. Listen, there's so much money in that.
Well, see, because you remember in 8 Mile when Rabbit, a.k.a. Eminem, went off on Anthony Mackie's character. And, I was hoping that Pusha was going to say something about his Drake's real name, which is Aubrey.
Oh, yeah.
But because you know how, Rabbit, he was like, oh, Clarence, he lives at home with both of his parents, or however the rap.
See, why didn't Drake say that? Terrence, he lives at home with both of his parents.
Right.
But speaking of Kanye, he put out a new record.
Yes. And
is it called Yay?
Yay.
Yay. And the thing about that is, that I found interesting as we wrap up Camz Jamz is he had a record, and then he made all those comments about, slavery's a choice, yada, yada, yada. Yeah. And so I guess he scrapped that record and then made this one in a week or something?
Yeah.
Have you listened to it? Is it good?
I heard a couple of songs, and I'm just
Yeah. Kanye's fallen off for me. I used to really like Kanye, but
I mean, he had 3 good tracks: Late Registration, College Dropout, and what was the other one?
I even really loved what he did with Jay-Z on the Throne.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Either way, But since then, not been a huge fan of Kanye.
Yeah.
All right, that wraps up Camz Jamz. We're gonna take a quick break, and you can hear about our friends at Cadell & Company. You don't have to just dream about the home improvement projects you see on TV. You can let Cadell & Company make your dreams a reality in your home. Cadell & Company has a no-pressure showroom in Norman, Oklahoma, with hand-picked materials such as wood floor, tile, carpet, cabinets, and countertops. Call Cadell & Company at 405-928-5026 or visit their Facebook page for pictures from their projects and directions to their showroom. Don't just dream about your home improvement. Let Cadell & Company make it a reality. All right, we are back. And like I said, if you go see our friends at Cadell & Company, you got, home improvement projects. They're going to set you straight, help you out big time. And they will give you 10% off all of the materials that you buy through them if you mention Nerds to Men. So that's a pretty good deal. Do we have any comments? Anybody checking in?
No, just when I said when I was trying to figure out that song. That Pusha T was
Christine.
on. Yeah, Christine. Yeah, so
Christine, we thank you so much for tuning in and sharing our stuff and all of that. We really
appreciate that. Yeah, girl.
All right, so we're just a reminder. I'm Brad Reed, sitting here with Cameo and Buck from New World Comics, and you announced it, just recently.
Yeah.
But for everybody watching, New World Comic Con is back for its fourth year.
Fourth year, yeah.
And where is it at, and when does it happen this year?
It's going to be July 28th at the State Fairgrounds.
Okay.
In the Centennial Building.
Oh, right on. Okay.
Yeah, same building it was last year.
Okay.
Sweet. Yeah.
And tell us about what you got going on out there this year. I mean, I'm sure it's going to be like a lot of the years.
Yeah. We're doing a lot of the same stuff we did last year, just trying to refine it.
Right. Podcasts. Vendors, yeah. So, guests, special guests.
Yeah. We'll have some special guests. We're gonna have Natasha Altarisi, who's been tearing it up lately. She's a local comic artist. Jerry Bennett will be there.
Jerry Bennett.
Yeah.
He's a guy. He's barely known here in Oklahoma City. But he's a guy.
Hasn't he been on our show a couple times?
A couple. He's done a little. He's done a little drawing or two.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know who you're talking about. No,
yeah.
Love you, Jerry. Love you.
Yeah, we love Jerry.
And then Justin Nemo is going to be back.
Yay!
Sweet.
Yeah, we love Justin.
Yeah, and
awesome.
there are a couple other people that we're working on right now, but nothing to announce quite yet.
Gotcha.
What about my man Count Gregor?
He's one of the people kind of up in the air right now.
Oh, okay.
He should be back, but it's just to make sure that everything works for him.
Yeah. I love him. John, of course. I watched him when I was a little kid on TV, and got to meet him through my buddies Jack and Ron. They introduced me when I worked in radio, and he's a great guy.
Yeah.
Great guy. So if you don't know who Count Gregor is, look him up.
He's super sharp. You'll just run into him like, hey, how's it? And they'll know you by name. And he'll know where he met you. Yeah.
Yeah. He's a great guy. So, all right. That is going down July 28th.
Yeah.
You said
Centennial Building.
Yeah, and it's $6 to get in. So you just pay a little at the door, and then you have a lot of money to go around and shop with.
Yes, nice. And then you take all your savings and you give that to us at our table.
Right. Right.
And then panels. You said.
Yeah.
We'll
have programming and starting in the next couple of weeks, we're going to start announcing more of what's solidified.
Right on. We can't wait to be part of that this year. We love it every year. It always happens kind of the weekend of my birthday, so I always that's the best way to celebrate.
Cool.
Yeah. Okay. So we had some recommendations. Are these new books?
Some of them are like brand new, and some of them are just kind of like, hey, you might have interest in this.
Okay.
So, like for example, here's a new book that's an old book. Mm-hmm. We have the Ninja Turtles reissue.
Mm-hmm.
This series came out early 2000s.
Right.
Yeah, I guess if you want to.
I'll hold it up.
There you go.
Yeah.
So the original creators were kind of done doing the story, so they give it to these guys that were doing it, and all sorts of crazy stuff just started happening. Like in the first couple issues, they kill off Donatello. Raphael takes over the Foot Clan. Splinter becomes a big bat creature.
Wow.
Yeah, like all sorts of crazy stuff happens.
They kill off Donatello.
Yeah, but
it's about time.
He's wearing like this tech gear stuff that like takes over for his dead body, and it's like,
wow.
hey, now I'm alive.
Wow.
Yeah, like so much crazy stuff happens.
Of course Donatello would do that.
So they get like 20, 25 issues in, and the creators are like, no, we're done. You're done. We're not going to do this anymore.
Really?
And they left. And so then they started up their series after it, and were like, we're going to pick up from before issue 1 came out. And then over the years, this gained enough steam, and people read it and loved it. They're like, hey, can you all re-release this? So here they are re-releasing this in color, and they're going to finish the story that they never got to finish.
Dope.
Nice.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Urban Legends.
Yeah, it's my favorite Ninja Turtle story of all time.
Well, there's no reason to put this one back on the shelf because I'm buying it. All right, next.
Cool. So Avengers just started up again.
Oh, okay.
Not that it really ever went away, but Jason Aaron is probably the best writer in Marvel right now.
Mm-hmm.
Everything he touches is just great. And this is him finally getting to do what he's wanted to do with the Avengers, from the get-go.
You laying claim to that one?
Yes, since you took my Ninja Turtles.
Okay. So.
Oh, Robbie Ray as Ghost Rider.
Yeah, he has the big name characters on the team, and then he says each story arc is going to feature 2 slots that are going to be rotating cast.
Oh, sweet.
So this one, it's Doctor Strange and Ghost Rider are the 2 fill-in members of the Avengers.
Oh, dope.
Who are they going up against?
Actually, new villains, people that actually took out the Celestials.
Okay,
So-
sweet.
Whoa.
Yeah.
All right.
It's really, really cool.
Now we got one more that we're tying in with the Jamie Foxx announcement.
Yeah, so you're asking the best Spawn stuff to recommend, where like with Avengers and Spider-Man, there have been so many different people and different takes on it. It's kind of easy to pick and choose from that. But with Spawn, it's been one story from the get-go.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just kind of one of those, like, read the first 50 and you'll be great.
So this Origins Collection Volume 1.
Yeah, that's the first couple issues just reprinted.
Okay.
Yeah,
All
so
right.
that's the perfect place to get started on Spawn.
So if you want to pick up these books and, superhero school that happens. Actually, let's mention this. Tomorrow, is it?
Yeah, this Saturday. Yeah, tomorrow. Yeah, sorry.
Tomorrow
I see where you're going with this.
is their 12-year anniversary since you took over the store.
Yeah.
And you're going to have a little bit of a celebration.
Yeah.
It's a celebration.
Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, we're going to do 20% off the store.
The whole store.
Yeah, everything store wide. So.
I was like, how much is 20% off of a whole store, Cameo? We could finally own a comic book.
Thousands,
right?
Yeah.
But okay, so 20% off to celebrate your 12-year anniversary
Yep.
here. That's awesome. So these books, come out and get them, or come out this weekend and save a little bit. Either way.
Yep.
Yeah. Awesome. All right, that's about it for the show. We had a great time here at New World Comics, just south of 63rd on Meridian.
Correct.
And for Buck, for Cameo, for our good friend Forrest, who's behind the camera doing the mixing and everything, we really appreciate your hard work, and we want to wish everybody a great week, and we'll see you next week as we do this show every week now. So that's a wrap.
Let's do it.
Woo. Peace.